If you've done any research on MBA programs, you might have started by looking at the rankings. And the most popular publication for that is US News and World Report. Now, there's a lot that goes into those rankings, but what it doesn't quite factor very well is return on investment. That is to say, how much you spend on the degree versus how much income or how much salary you earn upon graduation. So in this video, I'm going to share the #1 MBA program for return on investment. But folks, if you're new to the channel, my name is Richard Walls, and I'm here to help you with career development and personal finance. So if either of those two topics are of interest to you, do make sure to subscribe down below and hit the notification bell so you get notified of when I post new content. So with that said, let's get started. I came across an article from Poets and Quants, which is a web publication that's dedicated entirely to information on MBA programs. Happens to be an extremely handy resource for all things MBA programs. I've got a link in the description below. You can check that out when you finish this video. But this one talked about a different methodology for ranking, which is by return on investment. Specifically, the ratio between tuition cost and the starting salary one can earn within 3 months of graduating. And this ranking was developed by Georgia Tech University. Let me expand this a little bit. Georgia Tech University, they created this new ranking system, and really it looks at the top 30 MBA programs as ranked by US News and World Report. So it's already taking a small subset of ranked MBA programs and sort of just re-ranking them according to their methodology. And Georgia Tech itself is one of the best universities in the world. It's one of the best engineering schools in the world in particular that happens to have a very well-ranked MBA program. And when you look at this measure, the #1 ranked program is none other than Georgia Tech itself. It says, don't smirk, the number crunching is real. So here's the thing. The caveat here is the ranking, like I mentioned, only considers the top 30 ranked MBA programs as listed by US News and World Report. So you kind of eliminate already a large number of programs. In fact, you eliminate most of them. Case in point, it looked like there was another program that would have been ranked #1 ahead of Georgia Tech. The school used to be ranked 29 and it dropped to 40, and that was University of Florida. So here we go. University of Florida dropped from 29 to 40th in US News ranking. Had a great salary to tuition ratio at nearly 2x. So again, the starting salary for this program, I'm going to give an honorable mention here because it certainly deserves it. For it to be ranked 40, that doesn't seem all that bad to me. So it's a median starting salary of $117K. And after paying out-of-state tuition, so presumably if you're in-state, you pay a little bit less, but the tuition is $60K for that program. But University of Florida is not in Georgia Tech's ranking, so therefore Georgia Tech wins. How convenient. They've got a score of 1.62, and they are at the top there. So the average starting salary, actually this is the median, I think they had a typo here. Median starting salary is $136,000 and change, and the school tuition is $84,000. So the other interesting thing here is that when you look at all the schools in the ranking, another part of this methodology is it includes the percentage of grads at each school who reported receiving job offers after 3 months. And in this category, Georgia Tech also is unmatched. You obviously can't beat it, you can only match it. But they had a 100% job offer rate for the class of 2022. This beats out all other top-ranked programs like Harvard, MIT, Wharton, University of Chicago, etc. The whole list is here, so you can kind of see how that plays out. So I'd consider Georgia Tech a pretty compelling value. Now, as with any methodology, there are some inherent flaws, some of which I already described, which is that it uses US News World Report, ranked MBA programs at top 30 only. But the other flaw here is that it doesn't consider long-term earning potential, which according to some studies that have been done, it looks like for some of the top ranked programs like your Harvards, your MITs, those individuals tend to make substantially more over their lifetime. So really over a 25, 30-year time horizon. Now, those studies also have their own shortcomings, which I won't even get into. That's neither here nor there. The short of it is, if you go to any top-ranked MBA program, you're probably going to do okay financially. But I do like Georgia Tech's methodology here because the ROI, it's short-term, it's immediate-term return on investment. Someone's ability to earn an income over 25, 30 years is dependent on so many variables that, to me, Georgia Tech's ranking is a little bit more interesting to me, a little bit more relevant. And I also imagine it's interesting to someone who doesn't have the means to pay $150,000, $200,000 for an MBA program. They want to know what's likely in store for them after 2 years in an MBA program from a non-top 5, non-top 10 MBA program, because it is something more affordable, more attainable. And of course, when you look at the job offer rate of 100%, doesn't get any better than that. And granted, that's just one class. I don't know what the other years have looked like, but again, it's quite good. 100% beats out everyone else. So in your face, Harvard, MIT, and all the rest who have a measly 95 to 99% job offer rate. Psh. Okay, I guess that's still pretty good. But folks, let me know down in the comments below what you think of this ranking methodology. And would it help you make a decision on an MBA program? Do you find it to be more valuable than the other rankings out there? I can tell you it was interesting for me to look at this from an ROI perspective because that's precisely how I looked at my MBA program when I was making my decision. And you can learn a little bit more about my decision-making framework here in this video if an MBA program is something you're looking into. And the school I happen to go to was an online MBA program at the University of Illinois. You can check out and learn a little bit more about my experience in this video here. So with that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you around.